portion of such authoritative scripture. This is the first stage of association with pure devotee. He offers to follow the principles of devotional service under the guidance of pure devotee and accept him as the spiritual master. The next stage, under the guidance of the spiritual master, the devotee executes regulative devotional service, and as a result of such activities, he becomes free from all unwanted occupations. When he is free from unwanted occupation, his faith becomes steadily fixed, and he develops a transcendental taste for devotional service, then attachment, then ecstasies, and in the last stage there is a pure love of Godhead. There are the different stages of the development of pure love. Only the most fortunate persons can achieve such success in life. Those who are simply academic students of the Vedic scriptures cannot appreciate how such a development takes place. In the Narada Pancharatra, Lord Shiva therefore tells Parvati, "My dear Supreme Goddess, you may know from me that any person who has developed the excessive love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who is always merged in transcendental bliss on account of this love cannot even perceive the material distress or happiness coming from the body or mind. The affection and the dealings of love that are different branches of the original tree of love present many varieties of affectionate manifestation that will not be discussed here. These different manifestations have been described by Sanatana Goswami in his Bhagavatamrita. Although the subject of such affections and dealings of love have been very confidential, Sanatana Goswami has described them very explicitly. Sri Rupa Goswami thus concludes the first division of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, up his treatise for the transcendental pleasure of Sanatana Goswami, who has established the transcendental beauty, and of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. It appears from the statement that the great Sri Jiva Goswami was not yet active when Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was discussed. Hence the Bhakti Vedanta summary, study of the first divisions of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu up to the description of ecstatic love of Godhead, which are to follow next. Jai Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki jai. Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
You speak about this.
Oh. So here, very beautifully given a detailed information how one can become a pure devotee of the Lord. The whole human society, whole goal of human life has been given. Some or other, we have to re-establish our lost sambandha with Krishna. Throughout the Vedic literature, the essence of the Vedic literature is that somewhere or other we have to re-establish our eternal sambandha with Krishna. Bhagavan sambandha bhaktir abhideya aya prema prayojana vedatina vaskukaya. That we and Krishna has got eternal sambandha, our relationship. Somewhere or other, due to the misuse of a minute independence, we wanted to enjoy away separately from Krishna. For that reason, this material world been created for us. And by using the material world as a platform, we can re-establish again our Krishna consciousness through the performance of bhakti, through the devotional services. And Rupa Goswami has given 64 angas of bhakti. Very important, we understand 64 angas of bhakti. And then from there we will how to apply these limbs of bhakti into the devotional service of the Lord, so that somewhere or other we will be blessed in our life to become a wonderful, pure devotee. Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karma anavritam anukulyena krishnena sthirana bhaktir uttamam. Somebody wants to please Krishna, they have to act in a way favorable towards Krishna consciousness. So Rupa Goswami says there are out of 64 angas of bhakti, there are 20 angas, the first angas are there, the third, 10th, first angas, limbs of bhakti, you should accept first, the next 20 you should reject, then from then onward by engaging our senses, sarvopadi vinamuktam tatparvena nirmalam, rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhaktir uttamam. Bhakti means you're not just sitting and doing nothing. Bhakti means, love means applying the limbs of our body, senses into the master of the senses, Rishikesh. In this way we can re-establish our lost body and go back to him. So Rupa Goswami says the first 10 things to be accepted, to be followed is that one should take shelter of a spiritual master. The second is that one should take initiation from the master. The third is that one do service for the spiritual master. And fourth, one inquire about the Atma Dharma from the spiritual master. The fifth is that one should follow the order of the spiritual master. And the sixth is that one should give up the idea of sense gratification in the material world. The seventh is that one should go for pilgrimage. And the eighth is that one should work for the maintenance of his body. The ninth is that one should follow the Ekadasi Vrata. And the 10th is that there are things to be protected in the world, the Brahmana to be protected, the elders, the old people should be protected, the women should be protected, the children should be protected, the cows should be protected, like that. We have to protect certain elements in this material world. These are the first 10 things in the path of bhakti. There are another 10 things you should reject. This 10 things, number one, you reject those association is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. That means you give up the association of non-devotees. Number two, you give up all your big plan. Understand that Krishna being everything for you. He is your father, he is your mother, he is the grandsire of the entire universe. Just like the parents, they've got some plan for the children. By cooperation with the parents, definitely the future of the children will be very wonderful. Similarly, Krishna has got plan for all of us. We should give up all our big plan and try to cooperate with the plan of Krishna. And number three, give up the idea of making a lot of disciples. And number four, give up reading those literatures which is not connected in Krishna consciousness. And number five, not to be carried away by the three modes of material nature. And number six, we should not be in distress as a devotee of Krishna. We should be happy all the time. So reject. If you are distressed, give up your distress. And number seven is that give up offending the demigods. Number eight, give up offending any other living being. And the nine, give up nama aparad and seva aparad. Number 10, wherever there are people talking bad about the devotees and the Lord, you should go away from there. If you don't want to go away from there, you want to hear what they say, then you must be able to defeat the argument. If you are not able to defeat the argument, you have to cut off their tongue. If you are not able to do that, you don't jump into the well and take your life off from here. So those things are very difficult to cut off somebody's tongue to go and commit suicide. Better you leave the place where people are not having a good opinion about devotee and Krishna. So these are the 10 things. Those who are interested in the path of Krishna consciousness, these 10 things should be followed first. First 10 things you accept, the next 10 things you reject. Now the devotional service begin in your life. Now the 11 things to be done with your body. There are 11 things to be done with your body. Number 1, you put the tilak in the 12 places of your body. Number 2, while you're putting the tilak, you utter the 12 names of Krishna. And number 3, you wear the garland being offered to the Lord, you put around your neck. Number 4, you dance in front of the Lord. Number 5, after dancing, you bow down in front of the Lord. Number 6, when you wake up, you see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And number 7, now with your body, now you go for some festival. Number 8, you go to the temple of the Lord. Number 9, go to the temple of the Lord, you circumambulate the temple of the Lord. And number 10, you do some menial service in the temple by cleaning, mopping and washing pots. And number 10, you do some puja for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Number 11, so these are the 11 things you do with your body. So there are 9 things to be doing to do with your mind. Whatever happens in your life as a devotee, good or bad, you have to take it as a blessing of Krishna. And number 2, always remember Krishna. Number 3, never forget Krishna. Number 4, you be a servant of Krishna. Number 5, you be a friend of Krishna. Number 6, you offer some beautiful, take some gift for the pleasure of the Lord. Number 7, whatever gift you are taking for the Lord, try to give it a qualitative way. Number 8, whatever you are giving, you give it wholeheartedly. And number 9, try to give your very self unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these 9 things you do with your mind, 11 things to be done with your body, 9 things to be done with your mind. There are 12 things you do it with your knowledge acquiring senses. There is the ear, the eyes, the nose, the tongue and the skin. Now with the ear you hear the beautiful message of the Lord, 1. Number 2, with your eyes you see the beautiful Vigraha form of the Lord. Number 3, you see the puja of the Lord. Number 4, sit alone and do some bhajan with the Supreme Lord for his pleasure. And number 5, do bhajan in the association of the devotees. And number 6, do some japa, chanting of Hare Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 7. So now, after we may have some problem in our life, we may be confused about something in our life, we can go and speak, reveal your mind to the Lord. Number 9, you also do beautiful glorification of the Lord, just like the Kundi Devi has made a beautiful prayer, and she has made some, beautiful prayer, KYM. My dear Lord, while you are with my family, we have, everything flourishing very nicely with our family. The moment you go, everything will be taken away from us. In this way, Kundi Devi Sevipara Santa Sastrat, I again and again request to give me more danger, because when there is a danger, you're going to be with us. When you are with us, there is no question of anything bad can happen to us. So in this way, with your to glorify the Lord. And level 10, you take some prasadam offered to the Lord. And number 11, you also take some charnamrita offered to the Lord. And number 12, you touch the vigraha of the Lord. In this way, there are 12 things to be done with your knowledge acquiring sense. So the first 10 things you accept, next 10 things you reject, 20. Now 11 things you do with your body, now it's 31. 9 things with your mind, now 40. 12 things with your knowledge acquiring senses, already 52. There are 4 things is known as the Tariya Vaishnava Seva. That is service to the Srimati Tulsi Rani, service to the Vaishnava, service to the Grantha, reading Prabhupada book, and number 4, service, in the land of Madura. These 4 things as a service. Now 56 ready. There are 3 things: festival, all the small festival. As a Grihastha, you celebrate small festival in your house with family. All the big festival like Gaur Purnima, Janmashtami, Narasimha Chaturthi, all the big festival, you come to the temple, celebrate with the devotees. And there's another festival, Kartik Vrata, for a month also you observe the Kartik Vrata. Now 59 Bhakti Angalila there. Now 5 things Mahaprabhu says become very important. With great faith we worship the deity of the Lord. Number 2, here the Bhagavatam in the association of the devotees. Number 3, always remain in the association of the devotees. Number 4, chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And number 5 is possible. This is the pilgrimage places. Only now like Mayapur and Mukunda, try to spend some time there and come back. So these are the 64 angas. Rupa Goswami has explained for the somebody who's wanted to become a pure devotee, wanted to make very nice progress in Krishna consciousness, they should follow this thing. But then there's a conversation between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, Samsara sarpa riste motitanam khalau yuge ausadam bhagavan nama tasmad vaishnava sevanam. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says there are 2 important elements are there in the Bhakti Anga. He says that always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. And another thing is that always keep yourself in the association of the nice devotees. Out of the 64, Mahaprabhu bring it down the 5, very important. And now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, the 2 things become more important is that you chant Hare Krishna all the time and keep always in the association of the devotees. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, every day he was visiting Lord Jagannath in the temple there. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu going to the temple, in the temple entrance, Mahaprabhu washes his lotus feet. And there was a devotee, Kalidas. He opened his palms and always he take the wash the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he drinks it. And one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Bhakti Pada Durihara, Bhakta Pada Jala, Bhakta Mukta Avase Satina Mahabara. I say, my dear Kalidas, if a person can do 3 things in his life, the door of Vaikuntha, the spiritual kingdom, is open for him if he can do 3 things in his life. He said, number 1, he take the dust from the feet of the pure devotee. Number 2, he drinks the water comes from the feet of the pure devotee. Number 3, he take the prasadam remnants left by the in the said, he says that by taking shelter, total shelter of Vaishnava, by doing this service, surely he can go back to the spiritual world. So Narottama Das Thakur says, Gangara Parsa Pachite Pavan Pavitro Darshana Kore Etumaro Ghan. Narottama Das Thakur says, people are bathing in the Ganga after many lives, many times they go and bathe in the Ganga, they get purified. But the moment of association and the pure devotees of the Lord, he immediately gets purified in his life. When Vidura was met by Yudhishthira, Yudhishthira Maharaj told Vidura, Bhagavad Vida Bhagavatam Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Prabhu Tirtha Purvanti Tirthani Svena Santa Gadabrita. He says, my dear Vidura, you are the very pilgrimage of the holy places. Wherever you go, you make that place as a pilgrimage because you carry Krishna all the time in your heart. So wherever you are there, that place becomes a place of pilgrimage. When Goswami came to Naimasaranya forest, and the sages in the Naimasaranya forest, headed by Saunaka Rishi, and Saunaka Rishi said, Pumna Sanda Sito Datra Dustaram Sitaram Satam Kali Pumsam Karnadhara Ivannavam. Saunaka Rishi said, it is by the arrangement of the providence that Your Holiness have a right to have a place, by the association of Your Holiness, that we get free from the influence of the Kali Yuga. So that is very important in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, 21, Text 21, that Kapiladev had told his mother, that's in the Canto 3, Chapter 20, Text 21 onward. If you got some time, you can refer. And Kapiladev says that Prasangam Ajaram Pasam Atmano Kavayo Vido Saeva Sadhuso Pristam Muksadwaram Apavritam. Generally, association in the material world, attachment to the material world, generally is not very good. It puts us again into the conditional life. But if the same attachment can be given to the devotees of the Lord, that attachment with the devotees is free once from the cycle of repeated birth and death. And Kapil Dev says, Titikshava Karmika Surila Sarvadehina Adetta Santrava Santa Sadhava Sadhubhushana. Then Kapil Dev says that devotee means he has got a wonderful quality of Titikshava, he is very tolerant in his life, and he is very compassionate to the other living being, and he is friendly to every living being, and he doesn't make any enemies with anybody around. He is very peaceful all the time, and he follows the injunction of Shastra. And he continues Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 25. Satam Prasanga Mama Virya Samvido Bhavantirhika Narasayana Kada. He says that by hearing the message of Krishna consciousness in of the devotees of the Lord, your faith in Krishna increases more and more. Your devotion to Krishna increases more and more. In this way, that that helps you to free yourself from the entanglement of this material life. So the devotee association is very, very important. Devotees are very kind, they're very compassionate. They are known as the para dukha dukhi. They are devotees by themselves, they're happy all the time. But they become very, very unhappy by seeing the unhappiness, the miserable condition of this material world. Somewhere or other they take the responsibility to see how these people of this material world can be connected in Krishna consciousness. When Narasimhadev asked Prahlad Maharaj, what benediction do you want? Prahlad says that I don't need any benediction. By asking something from you, my dear Lord, it will make me like a business dealing. I don't need anything. But Narasimhadev says, but I would like to give you something. Prahlad says, Yadi dasyasim me kaman varam tuam vardasava kamanam li asamroham bhavatastu vrinevara. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear Lord, if you wanted to give me something, I only asking you to take out all the impurities in my heart, take out the material desires from your heart, my heart, and make me your pure devotee. And Narasimhadev said, but I would like to give you more. Prahlad said, Prayena deva munaya sumakti kama monam charanti vidinena paratane stanaitan vihaya pilpanan vimukchayayo nanyam tolyat saranam patye. Prahlad Maharaj said, there are many, many yogis, many sages, they are afraid of the city, the country, because of Maya, and they leave the city and the country, they go to the forest, they are living in the forest due to the of Maya in the city. For me, I don't want anything else. I wanted to stay here and I wanted to preach a message to everybody and anybody so that you are the only hope in this world. So Krishna consciousness is very simple. It says, sing, dance and take prasadam, there is Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we see that devotees are indulged in many other activities around. For the preaching purpose, the devotees are taking a different responsibility. It may seem to be that it becomes a little bit difficult for us. But personally, we don't have any difficulty in our life. Personally, by the mercy of Prabhupada, by the mercy of all the Vaishnavas, almost there is no problem in our life. But for the preaching, we take some responsibility. That is the only test and tribulation in the world. Other than that, personally, we don't have anything to worry about this life. So in this way, that by taking advantage, and we read the Bhagavad Gita got 18 chapters, 700 verses. Krishna has come to the world to only tell us only one thing. He has used the 699 verses to try to convince us that we can do that one thing. That one thing is that chapter 18, text 66, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Saranam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshaya Samema Sutta. Give up all varieties of religion and surrender unto me, I shall deliver you from all kinds of message. Krishna is brought to everybody in the world. And how to surrender? That Krishna is mentioned in the chapter 18, text 57 onward. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sannyasi matparaha buddhi yoga upasvita machittam satadam bhava. My dear Arjuna, in all your work, always depend on me. You always keep yourself under my protection, always conscious of me. Machita sarva durgani matprasad karisesi adachetum ahankara asirasesi nanvinamsesi. In the next sloka, chapter 18:58, Krishna says, if you listen to me and follow my order, my advice. What is the advice? You should do three things in your life. One, whatever you are doing in your life, you depend on Krishna in that action. Number two, always you keep yourself under the protection of Krishna. Always conscious of Krishna. Krishna says, if you follow this order, easily you come out from the obstacles of life. But if you don't follow this thing due to your false ego, ahankar, he said you'll be lost in the world. Swabhavajina kaunteya swana nibhandya swena karmana kaltum nechasi yanmoha karisyasi avasampita. In chapter 18, text 60, Krishna says, out of illusion, if you are not following what I said, but yet you will be doing whatever you are doing under the modes of material nature. That means in the material world, if you are not thinking of Krishna, we are going to think something else in the world. Either we are thinking about our work, either we are thinking about our family, either we are thinking about children or friends or country. Somewhere or other, nobody is going to be zero thinking in the material world unless they are dead body. As long as you are living in the world, there was one of the reporters that asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, have you got lusty desire? Prabhupada said, I got lusty desire, but I have no time for it. So all the time, as long as you are living in the world, the body will have so much of demands in your life. But the first qualification, devotee titikshava, they must be very, very tolerant. So in this way, now Krishna says that if you are not following my order due to illusion, but still you will be doing the same thing, instead of thinking of me, you'll be thinking something else in the world. Anything on depending on me, you may be depending with your family and other people. And instead of being under my protection, you might be thinking to be under the protection of the country, a soldier, or anybody. In this way, you're going to do what you're going to do in your life. Tameva saranam gaccham sarva bhavena bharata taprasadam param santim stanam prapsiti sasvatam. In the chapter 18, text 62, Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, by surrender, tameva saranam gaccham, by surrendering unto me, Tat Prasadam Param Santim, you left all my blessing and you left a very great peace in your life. Itite jnanam akyatam bhuyam bhuyatharam maya vimasetat asesena yadatsa sitrana kuru. My dear Arjun, whatever I've said to you for your own benefit. Whether follow or don't follow is up to you. That is how wonderful is Krishna. We are not take a gun and go around shoot people because they don't want to obey. But they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At every time we never take away the minute independence. No, what he has given to us. And again Krishna said, now manmana bhavat bhakto matyadi mam namaskuru mam ivasyasi satyante. And his advice is that to surrender, always think of Krishna in your mind and become a devotee of Krishna and pay obeisances unto Krishna and do some puja for Krishna. And this way Krishna says, you come back to me. So going back to Krishna is very easy, very simple. All you have to do is that instead of thinking your personal interest in the world, there are 4 kinds of bhaktas. I do not know the time.
Maharaj, 1 second. Yeah, actually 5 more minutes or so we should be finished.
So there are 4 kinds of bhakti being explained by Kapila Dev. There's in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 29, Text 8. Kapila Dev says that Abhisandaya yoyim sam dambam matsaryam eva sambrahme bena dribhavam mayapuriyate satamasa. The tamasa bhakti. There's a bhakti in the tamasa guna, there's a bhakti in the rajasa guna, there's a bhakti in the sattvika guna, and there's a bhakti transcend the modes of material nature. Kapila Dev said those persons who are doing the bhakti in the tamasa guna, he said the abhisandaya yoyim sanim, sometimes they're very violent. They talk about bhakti, but sometimes they become very violent. They may be very abusing physically, they may abuse somebody, mentally they may abuse somebody. So those who are the more ignorant, they are very violent. Dhamma Matsarya, they're very proud about the existence in the world. Matsarya, they all envious of other people. Sambrahmane, they become angry for nothing. So these are considered to be the bhakti in the mode of ignorance. Visayana visandaya yasam aishwaryam evacha archadev archatyo yoma prataksa bhakti rajasa. Kapila Dev says that the rajasa bhakti, pratak means is a separatist. That means he has got a separate interest when it comes to Krishna. That means he has got his own selfish interest. People go to different temples because they want their children to maybe get married, they want their children to pass their examination, they wanted to become very rich people, president, temple commander, somewhere or other. People have got their own separate interest from Krishna. That is Rajasa Bhakti. Karmanirharam Buddhisya Parasmin Vatat Arpanam. Again in the continuing verses he said that the bhakti in the mode of goodness is that they try to perform their duty in their lives. My duty as a husband to take care of my wife, my duty as a wife to serve my husband, as a parent, my duty to serve children, my duty as a devotee, I can offer in this way I can become free from all kinds of karma. So they have got a motive also how to become free from their karma. And Kapila Dev says, these are the bhakti in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Then he said the real bhakti is called Purushottama Bhakti. Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya Nirgunasya Udharitam Ahaituki Avyavihata. The Bhakti Purushottamam, the real bhakti, Krishna wants to show us the real bhakti has been practiced by the devotees of Vrindavan, the Gopis. Nirgunasya, you go beyond this fluctuation of the modes of nature. Even though the bhakti in the mode of goodness is very good, but the modes of nature is not permanent, fluctuating, sattvam, rajas, abhibhuya, so fluctuating all the time. So he says that in that mode of goodness, in the pure mode of goodness, then you become, go beyond the most of material nature and in the service to the Lord, that you are not interested in anything else, no personal interest. Salukya, Sariski, Samikya, Salukya, Tattvam, Apiyuta. There are 5 kinds of liberation that are there. A devotee who has become a pure devotee, very advanced devotee, is not interested in any of these things, is very happy. Then he's got this opportunity to be participating in Krishna consciousness because he's happy all the time in his heart, in his soul. Then he's not interested in anything else. Only again and again he is attracted to Krishna consciousness. All those things can happen here. Today, Sri Rupa Goswami has mentioned just simply that one association, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Koi, Avamatra Sangha, Sarva Shikri Hoy. Just that moment, pure devotee association, we get this opportunity. And Prabhupada has proven that, he has gone to America without anything and gone around the world and simply without money, simply without any, access for preaching work, but simply by sitting under a tree, simply by, going around and try to present Krishna consciousness in a very, purest way. Somewhere or other Krishna consciousness is spread all over the world. So we should always try to do 2 important things, Hare Krishna all the time and be in the association of the devotee. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come to this temple. I've not been to Germany, I've been to Switzerland for almost 30 years, to the Zurich temple, to France. I've been there, I used to go there because I was preaching some with the Indian Tamil community there. And then just recently, COVID time, I was in Malaysia, that I was stuck in one temple for 8 months, and I was not able to go. And I met one person, an Indian man. He wants to help the Indian community in Malaysia. There are a lot of problems there among the Indian youth and children there because being a Muslim country, we have a lot of restriction, and the government somewhere that we call it sometimes genocide. And physically somebody kill somebody somewhere. But in Malaysia they do more subtle genocide to finish off the religion of the Hindus, finish off the future of the children of the Hindus through education. Somewhere he came to the temple and met him, he asked me to go to his house to do some program. So we became a little bit close, and then we've been talking about this problem in Malaysia. He asked me what to do. And I said, education is the greatest weapon in life. Krishna says, fight back the illusion and ignorance of arise in your heart by the weapon of knowledge. So we should, educate people and train them on Krishna consciousness. And the temple I went there is a very small place, a small shop lot. They built there, a congregation of family people. And then this man said he can donate some money, he can help to build, so we can start, education and training program. So I was there, and then he gave, we found the land for $450,000, and he gave the $50,000 first to pay deposit, signed with the lawyers. We have done that, and the pandemic, COVID became very strong for next, 1 year, and he said his money is stuck in business, he's not able to help us. So now he said, Maharaj, you can carry on. Or you think very difficult to pay the rest $400,000, you can let go the project. So almost all the devotees in the temple, their congregation, their family member, they say, Maharaj, we won't be able to go and look for the $400,000. So it's up to you now. And I said, I've built, I've helped to build one temple in New Zealand, I've to build, temple in Nepal, Bangladesh, and I've also built 3 temples in Malaysia. I know, practically you depend on Krishna, Krishna can help you. So I went around within that, next 3 months, now I got that 400,000 paid for the land. And I don't want to start the project because I took sannyas about 7 years ago, then I don't want to go into project, all these things takes a lot of energy and time. I just wanted to read and preach. But somewhere or other this thing has come like that. I thought, the karmic, somebody from outside has got faith in Krishna, why we should not have faith? So went around, I got that 400,000 paid for the land. I wanted to start the project, but somebody came and said, we can finance your piling work, and then that time the war started, Russia and Ukraine. He said the prices are going to go up, everything going to be very expensive. But they offer do the piling, so started the piling. And somewhere, day I did the project, go around and meet people. And beside our land, there's another small piece of land. The man wanted to sell the land. Otherwise, he said he wants to open a chicken farm. I said, not good. The farm going to become. Then I negotiated with him. From 300,000, he said, can give you 220,000. I said, I don't have money now because I'm building the project there. And I said, I can give you 10%, give me 1 year, then I'll pay the balance. Because we know every places we go and do something, after some time the places around, it become quite, development and prices go up. And I know the devotee won't be able to buy the land next time, and then they may regret why Maharaj was there that time he didn't buy the land. So I talked to him and then paid the 10% and signed the agreement to pay the rest of the money within 1 year. And somewhere there, the 1 year finished, in January 24th. Somewhere there, some people came to donate the money, 200,000 paid for the land. And while doing this thing, beside 5 minutes from there, there was a shop lot, COVID time. And corner shop lot, very nice place, the owner wanted to sell. And then he said, 520,000. And then, go and talk to him. He finally came down to 420,000, 100,000 discount. Because at COVID time, somewhere we found somebody, we got a shop lot. Now the restaurant is open. What I'm trying to tell you is that something within our capacity, sometimes we look things, very difficult, very big for us. But Krishna has got plan for everything, so everything happens according to Krishna's plan. We should be, favorably to Krishna consciousness, and Krishna will do everything, rest for us. So after all those things, I was, work under pressure, so many things. So I finished the project, the restaurant open going on. So now I thought, I want to go to India because 2-3 years I've not been to Vrindavan. Normally 30 months I'm there. Then I was doing some small project in South India, trying to build an eco village in one village. So all this COVID thing, I was stuck in Malaysia. I want to go to India. Then I had an invitation from the Tamil Society in Zurich for Easter. They want me to come and do. They say they're going to be 4 days, very free. I can run some, classes for them. So I came there. And I've not been to Germany at all. I've been to all the other places. I thought, I got another extra month before any other program. I thought I'm already next to Switzerland. Let me go and see the temples in Germany so that I get some idea how the devotees are doing. Because many temples in Australia, New Zealand, and all, many temples more or less has become like a Hindu temple. I was in New Zealand, Australia in 1987. I was doing preaching there. And you see, if a crowd sitting in your face, about 200 people, 190 people are Westerners, white skin, only 2 are Indians. Today you go, 190, it's become a Hindu and other this thing, So I thought I want to come and see in Germany how the devotees are preaching here. But more or less, the temple I visited here, of course the devotees are working very hard, struggling to preach. I'm quite happy to see that, maximum all the devotees in the temple are the Europeans or all are white skin. Prabhupada will be very happy, even we got very few here, is very happy that, preach to the locals. Prabhupada says that Indians are good friends, but the Westerners are good customers. Naturally you see the Europeans, white people, they don't have much of attachment for anything, but the Indian, naturally they are attached to the family, they know what is the family duty, but they're not ready to give their life to Krishna. But the European they can do, so they are the good customers, so we have to take the money from the Indians and preach to the Europeans. And Prabhupada will be very pleased, it's not easy, For me, I thought I came at the wrong time to Switzerland because of winter, I never liked winter, and then for me little bit, outside, I even go to the bathroom everywhere. My body doesn't take like that. So, but I'm happy that I've come. I've spent more than a month in Europe and a few more days. Finish and got the other program in different places. So Prabhupada definitely will be very happy for all of you because it's not easy to stay like this and preach, and it's not easy to communicate with the people, in this country. In India and Asian countries, very easy. You go to people, you talk to them. They're not interested in what you're talking, but you still can ask, can you give me information? I'm coming from temple. They give, even they don't believe, what you do, but they give $5, $10, Very easy to preach to the people. But in Europe, I come in the train everywhere, people like that. Like you travel in India, the train is not there, but you enjoy the travel because you can get up, you can go anywhere you like, you can sit down anywhere you like, you do anything, nobody bothers about what you do, it's your life. But yeah, everything they want to do, follow people like a machine, like a robot, artificially, they're smiling, artificially, so many things happening. So despite of all those things you've taken, Krishna consciousness and you're trying to help Prabhupada movement, definitely Prabhupada will be very happy with you. You keep on like this, tolerate other difficulties. Definitely the time will come that, all our temple will be, filled up with many people. There's a prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is a prediction of, Lord Krishna's Mahabharata. There are a lot of things that take advantage and, be happy in your Krishna consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. If you allow me a few words.
Sure, I can.
First of all, I wanted to apologize for the small incident this morning.
No problem.
Please, sorry. Then I wanted to say, the similarity between you and the Bhagavatam. The similarity between you and the Bhagavatam. You both don't breathe. You talk and you never. I'm watching. You never breathe.
Well, talk about, I don't have to
Very good.
Bhakti.
Thank you very much. You're like an open
Thank
book.
you. You are the first thing after talking to you, I thought you were like a German, soldier. That means, people in the Europe country, they're very disciplined. They're coming from the Indian background. You can't say, I come 10 minutes, but the 1 hour they won't be
Yeah,
there.
Indian time.
Indian time, so you got,
Yes, sir. And then I wanted to tell you, because you said, I was living in Malaysia for 5 years.
Okay,
in the temple there.
yeah.
The temple was a house, an apartment.
House, yeah.
And in the middle of it, the gutter of the city was, gutter? The gutter where the dirty water goes, it's black, black. So the house was like this, and in the middle of the house, the gutter from the street would drive through the house, like that. That's how we lived in Malaysia, 5 years. Anyway, then eventually we came here. Maharaj, when we started here, we had 3 million euro debt and 17 court cases. And now, after a few years of work, we are finished with the debt, only 200,000 more to finish.
That means
And
what? The organization
zero
or
court
the
cases.
temple year?
Excuse me?
The temple year or the organization? Debt.
The gap
The debt,
from here.
the money
Yeah.
for this
from
place.
this, from this. And 17 court cases finished, no more.
Okay, very good.
So we know exactly what situation you have there.
Yeah.
We understand that. And here in this country, people don't just give. They are not, it's not part of the clock. Actually, in Germany, the culture of Germany, people give a lot for, cancer, for children, for medicine, for catastrophes like this. But for religion and all this, it's like less and less and less. So we're trying.
Because in Malaysia, things are changing since you came. So now they're becoming more, Islamized.
Yeah. Mahathir used to be there when we were there. Mahathir was there, and we were good friends with Mahathir at that time. Yes, good friends, and he liked what we say and all this because we present it in a certain way that we didn't say you are Muslim and we are. No, we said you're trying to do something for your people, and we are also trying to do the same thing. So they are, find understanding. And then they understand, you practice God consciousness like this, we practice consciousness. And then he liked it very much. He learned a lot of things from us. He read our books, Bhagavatam. We distributed Bhagavatam to him, and he read it. He was asking questions all the time. Yes.
Is Mahathir?
Mahathir, yeah.
Oh, was the Prime Minister.
Yes, he was at that time. So, thank you very much, Maharaj.
Thank you very much for your...
Today is fasting because ISKCON. If we will serve a few fruits. Are you fasting completely?
Yeah,
you are fasting completely. Otherwise, for the other devotees, there will be fruits
Yeah.
and a little ekadasi for the children.
Yeah, we can take.
And then this afternoon at 2 o'clock, the kirtan will start.
Yeah.
Guests will start coming, and kirtan will start at 2. But the deity greeting will be at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And then all the guests will be here, and we will have simple program today, because today there's no abhishek, no fire ceremony, no nothing. It's a normal festival today. Okay, and maybe 50 to 100 people or so will be here.
Yeah. So there will be class there or not?
And there will be class. You
What
will
time?
give class. 1 second, I have to look on my calendar. Where is it? 1 second, please. Class is starting at 4. 4 o'clock. But we would very much appreciate if you can be here at 3 for deity greeting and be part of the kirtan until 4. And then you can, I almost said that. And the class, and then you have 1 hour for class.
So I tell you, normally I chant myself, I concentrate more with the crowd, and even you say some mantra together, my mind doesn't, go into. So normally I chant my, quietly, that, we are just chanting, sometimes,
Okay.
we cannot focus.
Okay. Maharaj, while you speak this afternoon,
Yeah.
there will be German speaking, English speaking, Russian speaking.
So,
Chinese, not yet. Maybe in a few years the Chinese will be here, and then we will Chinese also.
but there are many
For
Chinese
now-
coming to Malaysia, from China.
Yes, yes.
Many
yes,
coming.
Yes. So Maharaj, this afternoon when you speak, first of all you have to tell us which verse you want to speak on.
Okay.
And we will write the verse on the, Michael, you take care of it. You ask Maharaj which verse, and you
Okay.
write it on the board, please. Or maybe Toshan can help you. And then you will have to speak a little bit, and then stop, and there will be translation.
Okay.
And then speak, stop, translation. Because if you speak like you did this morning,
Yeah.